Hello, I am Havendel 8D Pengson. I am the first presenter and the leader of Group 1, and I will be tackling today our lesson in Module 5, which is entitled World of Regions. Of course, for our OBE presentation for today is we would like as much as possible give information as we could along with the creativity and the entertainment in analyzing this module. We are expecting you guys to understand the social, economic, political, and cultural disparities between the North and the South. Disparities, in a more simpler words, is the imbalance or the inequality of something. So in our particular topic is we will be discussing the imbalance of the North and the South America. So number 2 in our learning outcome is we at least want you to create your own analyzation in the concept of global relations in the perspective of Latin America. Number 3 is we want you to understand the factors that leads to greater integration of Asian regions. And lastly is we want you to analyze how different Asian states reacts to the process of globalization and the regionalization. Starting off, what is global inequality? So from the word itself, global inequality. Global means the world or everyone and everything that is inside our planet. Global and inequality or imbalance. So put them together. Global inequality, it is the imbalance of the different aspect in a society in a global or larger scale, such as education, for example. A parent's incapability of giving their children a proper education. Another one is income. For example, wage difference of man and woman even though they have the same type of job. That is a type of income inequality. Opportunities such as job offers. There are different type of qualification for a different type of job. Not everyone can apply them. Another one is healthcare. Not everyone can afford a healthcare insurance. Even with a secure jobs, some jobs doesn't have that type of benefit. So, these example of global inequalities, think of them as a common problem but on a bigger scale, which can cause a bigger problem. So, one of the related or modern and relatable example of the global inequality is the distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. It explains the clear inequality in terms of accessing vaccine. There are times in the past where developed countries have already acquired more than half of the vaccine doses, but the third world countries such as the Philippines struggle obtaining it because of the insufficient resources at their disposal. If you look at it in percentages, you can see how big the difference or the imbalance is. Before based on the projection, the USA can immunize or vaccinize 75% of the population alone in just the span of 3 months. So in comparison, South Africa, which is a third world country, will probably take 10 years to vaccinate 75% of their population. Imagine waiting for the vaccine for 10 years. That is how big the difference of developed and undeveloped countries in terms of global inequality.
The latest data released by Oxfam. So yung Oxfam, it is a very active transnational non-state actor which is loudly campaigning to end injustice brought by poverty. So yung Oxfam nangangampanya para wakasan ang kawalang katarungan dala ng kahirapan. Shows the scandalous disparity in a wealth between the world's richest individual and the rest of the global population. When we say disparity, It is a lack of equality or similarity, especially in a way that is not fair. This small group of people, known as the 1%, owns half of the global wealth, while half of the humanity is merely surviving on less than $5.50 a day. Imagine, 1% ng mga pinakamayaman sa buong mundo owns half of the global wealth, while kalahati ng mga tao sa buong mundo ay gumagastos ng bababa sa $5.50 a day. Magkano na nga ba yung value ng $1 sa Pilipinas ngayon? Diba nasa mga around 58 na yung equivalent na Philippine peso? So, pag kinonvert ang $5.50 into peso is 292.5 pesos na siya. Bali, yan na yun or less pa dyan ang nagagastos ng mga kalahati sa buong mundo sa pang-araw-araw. Isa lang yan sa mga shocking revelation about sa inequality across the world. Yung ilan pa ay i-report na ng next reporter.
So, ito na nga po yung latest data na nare-release ng Oxfam. So, according to Oxfam, so almost half of the global population is living on less than $5.50 a day, whereas the wealth of the 1% known as the world's richest is twice bigger than the wealth of 6.9 billion people. So, ibig sabihin po nito is yung kung pagsasama-samahin natin yung pera ng almost 6.9 billion people is mas mayaman pa rin yung mga billionaires. For example, sila Elon Musk, sila Bill Gates. Pag pinagsama-sama mo yung mga mayayaman, tapos yung i-compare mo yung pera nila, is kaya nilang higitan yung average na yaman ng 6.9 billion people. So next on the list is it is presumed that 10,000 people die every day as they lack access to basic healthcare, and about 100 million people are forced into destitution due to spiraling costs of healthcare. So yung healthcare ay mahalaga sa atin. Kung yung healthcare is mahal at hindi afford ng mga tao na basic needs lang yung kayang i-afford. So sabi dito, 10,000 people ang mamatay dahil doon. Dahil sa kakulangan nila doon sa pag-access ng basic healthcare. Then 100 million people naman yung mas naghihirap dahil doon sa taas-baba na presyo ng taas-baba na halaga ng healthcare, di ba? Sa pag mag-hospital ka, napakamahal. Yun. So, continuing in number 3. So, the super rich can manage to make a way of paying 30% less of their tax liability. So, alam nila kung paano mag-trick na mag-pay ng mas mababa sa tax nila. Ang ginagawa nila is, imbis na magbayad sila ng tax, ay nangungutang sila. They borrow money. Yun yung paraan nila para makaiwas dun sa pagbayad ng tax na mas mataas. Kung empleyado ka lang, wala kang tax sa tax, kakaltasan ka ng kakaltasan. So, ayun. Yun na yung pagkakaintindi ko sa number 3. So, next number 4. Around 258 million children, so 1 out of 5, are deprived of school. So, kahit sa Pilipinas ay laganap din yan, yung tipong yung mga kabataan na hindi na makapag-aral dahil sa hirap ng buhay. So, sabi, 1 out of 5 children is not having a right to go to school dahil sa hirap ng buhay. So, nakakalungkot lang isipin yun. And next, so last part is, the 22 richest men on earth are comparably wealthy than all the women in Africa. So, kung iisipin nyo, can you imagine, those 22 richest men, including Jeff Bezos, tapos si Elon Musk, si Bill Gates, they are very rich and mas mayaman pa sila kung ikukumpara sa lahat ng babae na pinagsama-sama doon sa Africa. So, ganun sila kayaman, ganun sila ka-powerful in terms of money. Yun. So, yun lang yung, that's my presentation. I am David Matthew Boramayo, and we go to the next presenter.
So ayun. Hi guys, I'm Harkilay Jartan. I'm from Group 1. So today itatakil natin yung social inequality, and yun, alamin natin ano nga ba ang social inequality, and bibigyan ko rin kayo ng examples ng social inequality. So una-una sa lahat, ano nga ba ang social inequality? So ang social inequality ay binubuo ng dalawang salita na social inequality. So unahin natin i-define yung salitang social. According to Collins Dictionary, ang definition daw ng social ay relating to society or to the way society is organized. And another definition din dito, social means relating to the status or rank that someone has in the society. So, ayun, I have come up to an idea that yung word na social ay involved sa word na society. So, kung nasa ng society, nandun yung word na social. So, ayun. Then, dito naman tayo sa inequality. So, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, ang definition daw ng inequality ay it is the quality of being unequal or uneven. So, another din definition dito, an instance or of being unequal. So, ayun, sa madaling salita, ang inequality daw, yun daw yung pagiging hindi pantay. So, bali, vice versa siya ng equal. So, yun nga, based sa mga definition, ang madaling salita, ang social inequality ay ang pagkadi pantay-pantay ng isang lipunan. Ayun nga, like for example, yan, dito tayo sa example. Ayun, in a given society, inequality is often categorized into three major classifications. So, like in the Philippines, meron tayong tinatawag na high income class, middle income class, lower income class. So, yun, tatlo yun, di ba? So, yun nga, dahil sa 70% ng population ng Pilipinas ay lower income class family, so yun nga, isang malaking inequality. Gumawa ng paraan yung government. Yun nga, there is a bill that was passed in the Philippine Senate known as the 4-piece program, a government safety net program for the poor. So ganun yung ginawa ng government natin para matugunan yung pangangailangan ng mga lower income class. So ayun. Another example of social inequality is according to the World Bank, around 700 million people across the globe are still living less than the $2 a day. So, grabe, diba? Yun, makikita din natin na yung mga taong ito ay nakaka-experience ng lack of quality healthcare, education, decent shelter, and opportunity.
The Global South, the case of Latin America. The economic and political divide between North and South America is the best example of the cleavage between the northern and southern hemispheres. With a combined GDP of almost $22 trillion, Canada, the United States, and Mexico make up the bulk of North America's economic powerhouse. The United States, which is the largest economy in the world, highlighted three main industries that are common to North America. First is extractive, which includes mining and agriculture. Second is manufacturing, and lastly, service sector, which includes engineering, finance, healthcare, entertainment, and hospitality. The United States recently succeeded in transitioning its economy to the post-industrial era, and as a result, the world today recognizes it as the leader of the information age in the later half of the 20th century. In fact, it is generally agreed that American corporations constitute a significant factor in the world economy. The USA produces high-quality goods that are bought and used all around the world. In the past, immigrants came to the US from all over the world, including South America and Asia, in an effort to live out the American dream. American dream is defined as the ideal that every citizen of the United States should have an equal opportunity to achieve success and prosperity through hard work, determination, and initiative. Some examples of the American dream include social mobility, the opportunity to start a family or a business, and access to education. Why do they call it the American dream? The original American dream was not a dream of individual wealth. It was a dream of equality, justice, and democracy for the nation. The praise was repurposed by each generation until the Cold War, when it became an argument for a consumer capitalist version of democracy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Blessy Magado and I'm going to talk about the global South, the case of Latin America going to South America on the other hand. They have this diverse and stratified economy which refers to the condition within a society where social classes are separated. So, example lang natin dito is yung rich and poor. So, kung mahirap ka, alam mo na kung saan ka bil, and then kung mayaman ka, alam ka saan. So, most countries in South America have also shared the common characteristics that makes them vulnerable to global economic forces. So, una dito yung economic poverty. So, economic poverty is pervasive, which is clearly manifested in the unequal distributions of wealth, which a concern in almost all countries around the world. Second is low per capita income. So, when you say low per capita income, it means lower average income of people living in a country. So, isa yun sa nakaka-apekto sa economic development. And then, third is dilapidated infrastructures. Ang mga silang infrastruktura, ang mga hindi natapos. So, lastly is yung limited capability in the utilization of modern technology. So, isa din yun sa nagpapabagal ng development ng isang country. So, take note lang na technology can help economy developments. So, as of October 19, the countries with the highest poverty rates in South America are Suriname, Bolivia, Guyana, and Venezuela. So, dito sa mga bansang to, Venezuela ang pinaka-interesting na pag-aralan. Bakit? Because Venezuela once tagged as the most prosperous country or pinakamaunlad na bansa sa South America, especially at a time when world prices for petroleum products skyrocketing or increase very steeply or rapidly. So, for many years, Venezuela has long relied primarily on the export of petroleum products. So recently, however, the state economy has been hit by higher inflation and is in turmoil. So pag sinabing turmoil, it is a state of confusions, and it's also the result of economic crisis, which is a decline in real income per capita and an increase in unemployment and poverty. So in 2018, the inflation in Venezuela reached to high of 80,000%.
Hello, my name is Patrick Embalana. Today I'm gonna discuss about Brazil. Maraming financial expert ang humanga sa ekonomiya ng Brazil. At bahagi din sila sa powerful group of state economics o BRICS. B stands for Brazil, R stands for Russia, I stands for India, C stands for China, and S stands for South Africa. Mabilis na napansin ang impluwensya ng Brazil sa mundo. Ang foreign policy ay pangunahing layunin nila o pag-aangat nito sa ekonomiya ay ang pag-unlad, pagyamanin, at pakikipagtulungan sa other state actors of South Hemisphere. Sa Asia, habang laganap ang kalakalan sa South America, lumago ng husto nakalipas ng mga taon. Ang Brazil ay nagkaroon ng malaking contributions mula rito. Sa panahon ni Lula da Silva, ang Brazil ay nakakuha ng global respect as the country. Sa Brazil ay tinuturing na indisputable leader in the Latin America. Pero katulad ng ibang South America states, ang Brazil ay dinaranas ang issue about sa corruptions na umaabot pa sa executive office. Bukod dito, ang narcopolitics ay nananatiling nangingibabaw sa reliyon kung saan nakaka-impluwensya na political events in region in drug cartels. Other problem is endemic sa Latin America ay madalas ang pakikialam ng military sa pampolitikal na pamamahala.
My name is Kurt Simon Estian and kiko-continue ko lang yung lesson natin na sinasabi nung unang reporter sa akin. And then, magpo-focus ako sa Why Nation Fail, The Origin of Power, Prosperity, and Poverty by Darren Acemoglu and James A. Robinson. Ito yung libro na nakalagay dito sa aming task and then ipapaliwanag ko yung key points niya na nakalagay din doon. Sino nga ba si Darren Acemoglu and James A. Robinson? Silang dalawa ay isang economist na nag-aaral bakit nahihirapan umunlad ang bansa ngayon sa developing world ngayon. Upon reading the summary, tinutukoy nila dito yung dalawang klase na institution, yung inclusive sa extractive. Ang inclusive institution is tolerates the active involvement, the huge number of people in the economic and political enterprise. Ang sabi kasi dito, yung mga bansa na iniintindi yung karapatan ng tao nila, nagpapapasok ng investment galing sa ibang bansa, maraming mga businesses na pumapasok na nakakatulong sa bansa nila, while yung mga tao naman na nandun sa bansa nila is tumutulong din upang makatulong sa bansa na naninirahan nila. Like, nagkakaroon sila ng mga inventors, nakaka-create sila ng new products, na nila-export nila, tapos nag-i-import din sila. Like, umuunlad talaga sila. Hindi lang sila basta nakabase sa geographical. Kumbaga, nagkakakot sila ng investments, but at the same time, nagkakaroon din sila ng exporting products na sariling gawa nila. Kumbaga, yung political government is nagbibigay ng rights and rules na makakatulong sa pangkalahatan. Hindi lang pansarili, pangkalahatan mamamayan. While naman sa extract institution naman, removes the great mass of people from engaging in those processes. Kumbaga, walang pakialam ang gobyerno kung ano man ang mangyari sa mga tao niya. Kumbaga, hindi nakikialam yung mga tao dun sa nangyayari sa politics dahil nga naman, ang pinakamaganda example dito is mga narco-politician. Kumbaga, yung government na ito is nakokontrol ng mga drug syndicate. Kumbaga, napapasunod nila yung government through drug money. Kumbaga, pag ito ang gusto nila, yun ang gagawin ng government. Like, business, minomonopolize ng mga narco syndicates yung mga business. Hindi sila nagpapasok ng mga kalaban na produkto. Kumbaga, nagiging isang business lang umiikot dun sa bansa na yun. At walang pakialam ng gobyerno dahil binibigyan sila ng pera ng mga narco syndicate. Kumbaga, walang choice ang tao kundi yun lang yung gamitin nila or sundin nila ang business. Kasi wala namang kalaban and at the same time dito, walang investment galing sa ibang bansa, walang new products. Kumbaga, same products lang sila. Kung ano man dalhin sa kanila doon, yun lang yun. Hindi sila umuunlad kasi pag isa lang kasi ang business doon, monopolize, kung ano yung bataw na presyo doon, ayun lang din yung magiging presyo na dapat mong sundin. Kumbaga, wala kang choice na maghanap na mas mababa kasi nga, isang business lang yung umiikot sa lugar na yun. Kumbaga, nakasalalay sa exclusive institution na pag-unlad, sa extractive institution naman ng pagbagsak ng ekonomiya. Kung paano yung tayo nito, yung upon reading this, rin ako kasi kamisan nakaasa tayo sa geographic, ganon. Pero meron pa palang other factors na kailangan natin pahalagaan, like inclusive institution and extractive institution. Yun lamang po, salamat.
So, good morning everyone, I'm Besharin Alcala and I'm going to discuss about a global Asia, the case of ASEAN regionalism. So, Asia is a lucrative destination for global experts. So, what is a lucrative or ano nga ba ang lucrative? Lucrative in other terms is profitable. So, that means na ang Asia po, which is kabilang ang bansa natin na Philippines, ay profitable. Dahil po ito sa combined markets ng China and ng India na sobrang nakaka-attract ng foreign investors. So, China po is isa sa mga manufacturing kasi mura po sa kanila. Kaya ang daming bagay kahit mga branded, makikita nyo is made in China. Kasi mas mura talaga yung pag-manufacture or paggawa sa kanila. While in India naman, ayan sa mga information tech, siguro we can all relate since Indians ang ating pinapanood or Indians ang tinatakbuhan natin when it comes in coding or pag need natin ng codes. And also, sobrang kalat din talaga ng telco sa India. That's why mas may alam sila. And next is Asia as economic entity is a home to numerous economic miracles na mostly na-enjoy or nararanasan ito ng mga East Asian countries like ng Taiwan, ng China, ng Japan, and also ng South Korea. Dito po nakikita natin yung remarkable progress and yung improvement ng living conditions ng millions of their people dahil sa open market system. So ano nga po ba ang open market system? So ito po yung walang barriers or literal na mas kaunting barriers na nararanasan unlike sa iba. Like sa tariffs, licensing requirements, and etc. Since nakikita pong effective ito, ayaw po magpatalo ng mga Southeast Asian. So tumalon po sila ngayon sa bandwagon ng globalization or kumbaga nakiuso sila. Parang ganun. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-accelerate ng free trade agreements through its regional organization known as ASEAN. So, what is ASEAN? ASEAN siguro po is familiar naman tayong lahat dito. Diba? So, ASEAN po is the abbreviation for Association of Southeast Asian Nations na nakinabibilangan po ng Southeast Asian country, including our country, which is the Philippines. Ito pong ASEAN ang nagbibigay ng remarkable peace and economic prosperity sa mga nangangailangan and troubled na regions.
Okay, moving forward to the next topic. It states that in a span of 30 years, Vietnam significantly lowered its poverty incidence into 50%. So that's impressive. So this data chart presentation is very impressive in terms of the economic growth since overcoming the Asian financial crisis of the late 1990s in Vietnam. We can see there that in the year 1999 has its color red, orange, yellow that implicates the high rate of poverty status. And looking to the right, in the year of 2009, it lowers the poverty incidence. So that's good news to Vietnam. Next is Indonesia has a lot to hope for since its young people have a highly positive attitude on the future. So Indonesia has so much to hope as its youthful population perceives a very optimistic outlook towards their future. And that's true because young people are a valuable human resource for the society. Within the society, they will act like agents of social change, economic development, and progress. As our Dr. Jose Rizal famous line states that ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. So, our youth is the one who will planting the seed of the hope of its country. Next is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or the ASEAN, is accustomed to bringing together all the major world powers to discuss the most crucial issues regarding to the political and economic cooperation. So in the diplomatic stage, yes, the ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nation, is accustomed. When we say accustomed, is the one or the tool, the way to bring all the great powers together to tackle the most indispensable, or what we call most essential matter on economic cooperation and political collaboration of the country. The role of ASEAN is this one of the cornerstone of the Philippines in terms of the foreign and trade policies. So it bringing together and it helps the Southeast Asian nation. So we have these 13 members in this association, which are the Brunei Darussalam, the Kingdom of Cambodia, the Republic of Indonesia, the Lao People's Democratic Republic, Malaysia, the Union of Myanmar, the Republic of Singapore, the Kingdom of Thailand, Socialist Republic of Vietnam, and the Republic of the Philippines.
My name is Ulysses A. De La Cruz II from Group 1, and yung topic ko is tungkol sa ASEAN. Yung sa ASEAN, and yung mga countries na kabilang doon tulad ng Pilipinas and Indonesia, basta lahat ng mga countries na kabilang doon sa ASEAN na yon is tinatawag na diverse. So ano yung diverse? Ito yung mga maraming uri ng tao. And sabi dito is meron 240 million na Muslim, 130 million na Christian, and 140 million na Buddhist, and 7 million na Hindus. And sabi dito, yung Southeast Asian countries daw is the most second successful organization. Ibig sabihin, sila yung pangalawang grupo na successful sa regional group. And ang sabi pa dito, itong mga bansa na to is nakabilang, yung mga bansa na kabilang sa ASEAN is meron silang geopolitical tension. So ano nga ba yung geopolitical tension? Yung geopolitical tension, ito yung yung sa lugar nila hindi maayos yung pagkakahati ng lugar nila. Halimbawa lang na lang nito is yung South China Sea and yung Pilipinas. Madalas naman natin silang nakikita sa TV na pinag-aagawan yung teritoryo na yon kung sa Pilipinas ba talaga yon o sa China. And yung kabilang na rin dito yung sa China and Taiwan, and lastly is yung South Korea and North Korea.